go to Victor Gato. He's a chair professor at Soochow University. Victor, good to see you. Firstly, from an economic point of view, what were the big takeaways from the two sessions this week, and how does it align with the current 5-year guidelines?
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, the two sessions are wrapping up. Today we'll see the closing ceremony for the MPC and the CPPCC, as you mentioned, wrapped up yesterday. I think the key takeaways I got from this two session is several things. One is that China is very much concentrated on overcoming all the headwinds in the domestic economic development. Yes, indeed, there are major issues, as we have discussed. For example, employment, especially among the younger generation of the people, and the aging population, and also the very fast change and transformation of high technology, especially unleashed by AI and in this particular area. Therefore, I think the two sessions emphasize that China as a whole nation need to focus on what we now call the new type of productivity, meaning focusing more on high-tech creativity, innovation, and also China need to stand very firm in not only promoting domestic economic development, but continue to be a champion of the new version of globalization, rather than, for example, becoming victims of some other countries' attempt to decouple or deglobalization or anti-globalization. And all this, I think, will really create a new momentum for the Chinese economic development, because this is exactly what we need at a time when turbulence and faster change are overlaying with each other, causing a lot of headwind, not only for China, but for many countries as far as economic development is concerned.
As you say, growth is seen to be powered by innovation and high tech moving forward. But given, China, like much of the rest of the world, is still operating with more traditional industries, how will that transition happen, do you think? And what does it need to sustain it?
This is exactly the nature of the challenge. China is a big country, more than 1.4 billion people, and by purchasing power parity, China is already the largest economy in the world. And if we still use the official exchange rate, China is next only to the United States. Now, China will need to continue to develop its traditional version of the economy, either in agriculture or traditional industries, you name it, and service industries of all kinds. However, of crucial importance is the spirit and the practice based on innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Now, this will be very important because if we look around, China was in the leading positions as far as 5G is concerned in telecommunication, and in terms of 5.5G, China is also very much in the leading position. Now, the United States and other countries are setting up a league to develop or monopolize 6G. However, China needs to really continue its push as very much on track, rather than by being diverted by several other countries. And I would believe that given China's level of sophistication in terms of the new technologies and creativity, China will become a very important country in terms of the new version of the telecommunication in the 6G. And this will also unleash a lot of other development themes around this 6G or AI and new versions of the economy. And I think this will really position China well. We need to do all these things, the traditional way of doing things, the new way of doing things, reform the existing economies in all sectors, but focusing on the new way of doing things, the new technologies, and working not only in China, but with as many other countries as possible to come up with a new version for mankind.
All right, Victor Gato, as always, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.